You guys know I am obsessed with Makeup Geek shadows and I'm going to share my full collection with you today. I'm going to swatch every single shade I own and go through what I like to use them for, mention my favourites and kind of just give an overall review of them. So my first shadow and one of my favourites is Barcelona Beach, and this shadow looks so boring but it's actually so valuable in my stash. I always reach for this. It is a medium sand shade with a matte finish. It's deep enough for me to get a really nice crease shade, but it's not too deep that it's overdone or OTT for like day to day. So I really love this for just a really quick daytime smoky eye, and it's such a beautiful cool tone. It just works really well for my colouring and my skin tone, and I am just obsessed with it. Next up is Beaches and Cream. This is a creamy matte natural beige with a hint of peach. Barely shows up on my skin tone in the swatch, but that's because it is so close to my skin tone. It's obviously a little bit fairer and peachier, but this works really well as a really nice smooth creamy base. Just make sure you have a really nice blank canvas and all the shadows over the top will just blend really smoothly and much easier. And Makeup Geek have so many shadows, so many mattes, that you're bound to find one that is a little bit lighter than your skin tone. Next up is Tiki Hut, and Tiki Hut is a medium tawny brown with a matte finish. And I bought this for my kit because I looked at this and knew that it would be an incredible crease shade or transition shade for people with deeper skin tones, like a more olive tan complexion. This will be incredible for them, but I also like using it on myself or lighter skin tones if you're doing a really warm smoky eye and you want a real intense crease shade. Now we have Shimmer Shimmer. It is a metallic champagne, and I didn't get that much use out of this when I first got it because it is a very intense shimmer. Like, you do not want to use this for a subtle highlight. It is so bright, but now everyone is on this highlighter hype. This is so perfect. I do use this as a cheek highlighter as well as, you know, across the lid, in the inner corner, on the brow bone. This one is Frappe, and Frappe is a medium maple brown matte. This is kind of like the warm toned brother of Barcelona Beach. Barcelona Beach is very cool brown, this is more warm, but they both have that medium tone, so they are incredible as a crease shade or a transition shade. I tend to go for like the shades that look really boring, but actually once they're built up and layered together, they look incredible. This one I used to use loads, and I used to be obsessed with these kind of colours. This is Prom Night, and Prom Night is a pale purple with hints of grey and a shimmery finish. And I used to be obsessed with taupe shadows. I used to love satin taupe from MAC. I used to wear that all the time, and I think it's going blonde from brunette. I feel like brunettes look incredible with these purplish taupe kind of shadows, and since going blonde I just much prefer a warmer look. If you do want like a taupey purpley look, this is one I really like to grab for the lid, as it just creates that impact and reflects the light and looks really pretty. This one I've raved about so much, and it is my #1 favourite in my collection. It is Bitten, and this is so popular and I was so excited to get it, and the hype is real, guys. Like, the hype is true. It seems daring to wear a red shadow, especially if, like me, you often go for neutrals, but actually when worked with like your warm brown mattes, this is such a beautiful shade and it's actually really wearable and really flattering. So Bitten is a matte deep maroon red. It can be really packed on for that real intensity, or I feel like you can really buff it out with a larger fluffy brush and it turns into like this kind of berry tone. You absolutely need this shadow in your collection. It's so amazing. This is my only foiled shadow in the collection. This one is Charmed. I definitely want to get more foiled shadows. This is a muted silvery light olive with taupe undertones. The foiled shadows are so special because they are so dimensional and they just reflect so many different shades. I know she has like duochrome ones out now, which are probably much more sophisticated in terms of the formula and the way they reflect different colours, but I still really think these are pretty. This is like metallic silvery, but then you do get that kind of green tone from it, like the olive, and it just works so well if you want to do a really bold metallic eye. So pigmented. It's as if you've applied it with a wet brush. Now we have Envy, and Envy is a deep metallic green. Really nice if you do like bold eyes, but you generally stick to neutrals. Colours like this, like they almost look black on your eyes, but they just have that hint of colour, and it's just so pretty, so wearable. I absolutely love it. And speaking of smoky eyes, this is Corrupt, and Corrupt is Makeup Geek's matte black, although it does say that it's an intense matte black with a very subtle sparkle. On the eyes, it looks completely matte in my opinion. A lot of black shadows will blend out and they will look blue or grey, or there will just be a tinge to them because they're not a true black, and this one wins. It's very similar to Blackout in the Naked 2 palette. That is another amazing matte black. Next up is Glamorous, and Glamorous is my least reached for shade, definitely. This one is a shimmery bronze gold, and when I first got this I thought it would be very similar to Half Baked. It's almost got like an orangey tone to it, you can see, whereas Half Baked is very much a yellowy gold, if that makes sense. Like Half Baked is a true bright metallic gold, and I much prefer that if I'm going to use gold, so for that reason I don't always reach for this. This one is my favourite transition shade. I use this in so many tutorials. It is Creme Brûlée. Creme Brûlée is perfect as it's just a little bit deeper than my skin tone. So if you're light to medium skin tone, Creme Brûlée is your man if you want a good transition shade. This one is Unexpected, and Unexpected is a really pretty matte pale pink brown, and I love this because it's such a soft muted purpley shade. So if someone wants a purple smoky eye, I instantly reach for this because this is a really great base to kind of sculpt your shape with before you go in with your really intense deeper purple colours. So this is really good, and if you really like cool toned smoky eyes, this is incredible. Another really amazing one is Cocoa Bear. I know this is another favourite. This one is a matte reddish brown, and this is named after Marlena's nickname for her husband, which is so sweet. This is a really nice one if you just want a hint of warmth, because sometimes things can look quite harsh, especially if you have a light skin tone, and I feel like something like this layered over darker shades can sometimes kind of just add that hint of warmth that you need in your look. So this is a great one to have, and I feel like this is essential for everyone. And this and Bitten are like BFFs. They're like a match made in heaven. They make the most beautiful companionship, and you cannot have one without the other. You literally need both of them. Another great one for smoky eyes is Drama Queen. Drama Queen is a densely dark purple with a shimmery finish. This almost looks black, but this reflects so much pretty shimmer. You just get the most beautiful, easy purple smoky eye with it. Paired with Unexpected underneath as kind of a transition and base. This is like the easiest purple smoky eye ever. Throw on some winged liner and lashes and you're good to go. It's such a great look. And finally, we are on to our last one, and it is another one of my top favourites that I would recommend to anyone. This is Mocha, and Mocha is a deep matte brown, and it's just your bog standard neutral matte brown. It's really nice, and I feel like this is another essential because this can be used for so many different things. If you prefer a brown smoky eye, if you don't like going in with black, Mocha is a great place to go because you're going to get that intensity, because it's nice and deep, but it's not going to be overpowering, and it's going to be much easier to blend with and work with. Or with a more natural makeup, if someone wants a softer liner look, you can use Mocha as a liner on an angled brush. It's a great crease shade. It can really be buffed out and built up, so if you want to add just a hint of it to like a daytime look, it just gives you that polished intensity and just really defines your eye, and it's definitely up there as one of my like top 5 favourites from this collection. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see more collection videos like this. I'm a huge fan of Makeup Geek, so leave me your favourite Makeup Geek products and recommendations in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Also, follow me on all my social media. I post on there every day, and I'd love to chat to you outside of YouTube as well. Hopefully I will see you in my next video. I post 3 times a week, so I will see you in my next one. Bye!